Hello everyone, so today we have a very quick video. I just wanted to share with you all my thoughts about the new 2.3.4 update because there's lots of controversy going off in the comments and things, and I just wanted to offer my opinion because obviously when I'm reacting to it, that's not an accurate representation of what I feel at the later, if you understand what I mean, because that's just my reaction as I witness it. That's not me listening to it properly and considering everything in the update, if you know what I mean. And I just wanted to give my thoughts. Sorry if this is an unedited sort of video. It is going to be unedited. It's just me speaking. It's not scripted. It's not thought out. I am sorry. I'm very tired. They were doing roadworks outside and I went to bed very late because of videos last night. As you can imagine, it keeps me up a while. A good decent amount of time every time something new comes out, and it's very late where I live, so I got very, very little sleep, so I am feeling a bit tired. But anyway, so Gobbleguard and the Dipsters on Firehaven, that was what was revealed and came out yesterday. Gobbleguard, lots of controversy going around. Personally, this is how I feel. The design does not fit My Singing Monsters. Now, I just wanted to talk about it because this is not the best update, and this could have definitely have been implemented better in game. If you think about it, characters like Sneaser, and like Tring and all their monsters, they were redesigned into the My Singing Monsters style. Gobbleguard looks like a Dawn of Fire monster. It literally does. The textures and everything, and it looks so weird in game, it is unreal. Like, all the monsters were redesigned for Firehaven and Fire Oasis, and now all of a sudden we've got Gobbleguard and they're just there, and it's just like, what? Why would you redesign all them and then just have Gobbleguard stand out in its Dawn of Fire texture? Don't get me wrong, I love Gobbleguard. I think it's a wacky monster. I think it's fun. I can tell that was definitely what they were going for. A fun kind of monster, and it definitely suits that. And in the trailer, I loved its personality and gobbly and I love it. But the thing is, it does have some negative things towards it, and there's more negative with this update than positive. Like, seriously, like, when I had time to dissect it, I was actually really upset about the update because it weren't that good. So Gobbleguard's design definitely is something that needs a bit of a look at. Now, it's sound. So Fire Oasis is okay. Fire Oasis is completely okay. But Firehaven, I do not like Firehaven's sound at all. Firehaven means a lot to My Singing Monsters players. All these islands mean a lot to My Singing Monsters players, but Firehaven in particular, that is where the fire elementals were first discovered and where they first originated from in the original game. So it means a lot to fans. And the song, obviously every song matters to fans. And the fact is, Gobbleguard is just, it's so loud, it is unreal. Like, you get Gajube and Yarstridge, which should be louder, but then Gobbleguard is just so loud. And the thing is, it just doesn't fit in with the song. You can tell that they were going for fun vibes with this. They weren't trying to add anything musically to the song. And that's fine. Don't get me wrong, that's fine. But you can't do that and then ruin the song, because it speaks that loud and it's not in tune, it's not in pitch with Firehaven, and it's very off-putting, to be honest. Now, obviously, this is my opinion, so if you feel differently, then okay, but I can tell you now that all the comments were saying yes, like when I was reading them, and I was thinking about it myself, this is what I considered. Like, people weren't saying, oh, it sounds better on Fire Oasis and stuff. This is all my opinion, but I was seeing comments like, oh, it's a bit out of tune on Firehaven, and I do agree. Like, that is what I thought as well. So people are thinking the same thing. So yeah, that is kind of good. Again, I'm sorry if this is a bit unedited. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Forgive me. But yes, Gobbleguard, I definitely think isn't really that good. They could have definitely implemented this better. There's been lots of things through the year, and I think this was a bit rushed. The fact that all of the monsters were redesigned for Firehaven and Fire Oasis, all of the fire elementals, and then all of a sudden you have Gobbleguard coming in, it's like Dawn of Fire textures, it's literally Dawn of Fire, right? Like, look at that, and then look at the redesign for Sneaser. Like, they went from this to this. Like, Okay. It definitely should have been more in the My Singing Monsters style. Like, Celestials were a kind of not in the style. They weren't really. I mean, it was on an island though, so it kind of got away with it. But here it's really obvious, and it's not good to have things out of the art style that you set for your own game. So I definitely think that the design is something that's bad, and the sound. Oh God, and yeah, Fire Oasis. It's okay. It's not ruined the song. Firehaven. I think it might have. I mean, I was listening to it and it's just so sad. It really is. I mean, Firehaven is one of my favourites, and all you can hear now is Gobbleguard. And don't get me wrong, I love Gobbleguard. Its personality is wonderful in the trailer and everything. But yeah, just that. It's just, no, thank you. And then we have the Dipsters. Yes, the Dipsters. Well, the Dipsters are bugged right now. They are bugged. That has been confirmed. I am unsure if they have been fixed as of recording. Unfortunately, I am not going to get a chance to even look. I doubt they have been fixed, so within a day. Anyway, I will say the Dipsters animations are bugged. Their sounds are not playing correctly, and it's just a real mess. 7 hours ago, I saw a reply on Twitter. It included and tagged me. It said, "Hi there, we are aware of technical issues with the Dipsters and are working on the fix. Thank you for your patience." Now, the Dipsters sounds actually end early, so it's not playing fully and properly. You can tell this update was really rushed. Because of all the content brought out this year, you can definitely tell everything else wasn't rushed. They took the time with it and everything worked out fine. But for this update in particular, I don't think they've spent enough time on it. I'm really sad making this video. I don't like saying negative things. I love the game, but you have to say the negative, guys. I know I'm going to get comments now going, "Oh, you love the game. Just love the game, guys. Like, respect him and everything." But sometimes things need to be said, and that's something that all communities should know, and if not, you should learn that. If you do not criticize things in games, then things will not get better. If people don't criticize this update, Big Blue Bubble will probably think, like, in the future, if something perhaps needs to be a bit rushed, okay, that's fine, but it's not fine. We could have had this next year, and it could have Gobbleguard's design could have been improved. Gobbleguard's sound could have been improved. The Dipsters, for example, that is something that would have been tested. That is something that a game tester would test, and they would figure out if something needed to be done there. I don't think enough testing was done with this update, and obviously I don't work there. I don't know what happened, but I would be one to assume that it wasn't tested enough, and that is why the Dipsters are buggy, and the Dipsters sound really bad. I don't think the Dipsters should have been included at all on the Fire Islands. Obviously, that is my opinion. Opinion alert. I don't like the Dipsters, okay? I'm not afraid to say that. The Dipsters are just, like, literally the one thing I just do not like, okay? In the game, it's the Dipsters. Yes, but there is one or two other things, but we won't get into that. There's always things that you don't like, though, and everything, isn't there? But this is just something that is unbearable. Like, the Dipsters sound so bad. Like, I was making videos on it. Like, when I made the animation ones, it sounded so bad, and I didn't really want to put it out there because it sounded that bad, but I knew that all of you guys would have wanted to see that, so I did end up doing it, and I stayed up literally all night, like I said. I do that for every update, though. If you didn't know, newsflash, I stay up late, I end up tired every time. At least I'm not editing this, so I won't be that tired after this. I'll be able to get a nice sleep. Anyway, that is my thoughts on what is going on right now. I mean, seriously though, they should have spent more time on this. I think it should have come next year for definite. Even if Gobbleguard, I just want to repeat this, even if Gobbleguard was supposed to be a fun monster, that does not mean it is allowed to ruin the songs. Because Firehaven has suffered from this. It has had a downgrade. Because Firehaven was a really good island when it came out. It was a really good song, in my opinion. And it was up there. It was up there. But now Gobbleguard comes in and it's out of pitch. And you just can't have that in a song. You can't. Like, any composer, like, it's common sense. Like, I am no musician myself. I do not work at people, blah, blah. I am just stating my opinions here. I'm not meaning to offend anyone who potentially works there in saying this. I am just saying this because I am a fan of the game, a big fan. It's my favourite game, and I don't like this, and I want to express that because if criticism isn't received, the company, if you're watching this, won't understand where I'm coming from, and if I don't express this, then things won't get better in the future. That is the main thing. Sorry, this is unedited, so I am babbling a bit, and because I'm working out things in my head while I'm going through this. Anyway, so yeah, that I definitely don't think this was an excuse, and the Dipsters, I don't think, should have been implemented on the Fire Islands at all. Now, I just want to talk about this before we wrap things up here, because I love the idea of a Thanksgiving seasonal event, okay? I do. Just one thing as well. The seasonal event for Feast-ember is in between Spooktical and Yay. Spooktical and Yay are already very close together. So that means that you go straight from Spooktical to Feast-ember to Yay. And that is like a whoosh. That isn't like, oh, we do one, have a break, oh, we do another, have a break. That's like, whoosh. I am fine with that. It's just interesting to me that they've gone down that path. Like, this is complete fan service, what they are doing as well. People have requested a Thanksgiving seasonal monster for so long, and the fact that we have Gobbleguard now is absolutely phenomenal. Also, I apologise for this video coming out late. I've been really busy today. I'm literally so tired. Fan versions of the Dipsters being on Firehaven are actually better than the one in game. I am unsure how it will sound like, obviously, when the actual sounds are implemented and it isn't bugged. But right now, I am going to say that fan versions are 100% better, and that should not be the case, I think, in my opinion. I just wouldn't have liked to see the Dipsters on the Fire Islands anyway. I like the idea of them being specific to the natural islands, because now they have come to Firehaven, they have to come to Fire Oasis, and technically they will more than likely now come to Psychic Island and then all the magical islands. So, and I'm not the biggest fan of the Dipsters. I've never seen anyone be like, oh, I love the Dipsters. Most people are just like, okay. But I don't like it. I just can't explain it. I just don't. They're not as, it's not like a volume problem, it's just a fact I don't like them in the song. They could have been implemented better, and yes, that's all I have to say, guys. Thank you for watching this unedited video. I hope you enjoyed watching my opinions, and let me know your opinions below. Do you think the same as me? Do you think Big Blue Bubble should have kept this update for next year and not perhaps rushed it? Because I do think it is quite obvious that this was perhaps a bit rushed. It's not like when Ruba came out and all the magicals on Psychic Island and, oh, Ruba's sleeping animations get stuck. It's like, oh, the Dipsters don't work, and people have been like reporting the Dipsters being buggy on other islands too, and then like you have the whole issue with Gobbleguard, and then the Dipsters being weird, and it's just, the update is just, it's like completely crazy, and it's bad. I'm not gonna lie, this is bad. This update was bad. I'll see you later, guys. Bye!